Hello, this is Link on Air, and today I am joined by my good friend, what do you want to call yourself?
Hi, how's it going, everyone? It's OutlawClient here, and first of all, thank you for letting me on with this Let's Play.
Not a problem. Wouldn't have had it any other way.
So, quickly, I was going to ask, is this Metroid Prime trilogy, is this the original one for the Wii, or is this the Wii U version on the eShop?
This is the original one for the Wii, just
Wow,
because I didn't feel like uh, putting out $20 for another version.
yeah, no, fair point, fair
Unless it's
point.
like HD, then I might consider it in the future.
I would have loved to see a HD Metroid remake. That's like my number one on my list of games to get a HD remake.
Maybe someday.
But,
I
yeah,
feel
no, if
like...
you're...
okay, good, I did edit that out.
Oh,
I had like a part of the recording where I was deleting my old account, so I could
right.
override it.
Yeah, no, we can't have that, can we?
Nope, I kept it in. What the hell? I did it in reverse? Whatever.
Yeah, no, it's funny because with the trilogy, I'm sure that at one point Nintendo was saying that since the three games were in one, like they were expecting some Wii's to have like a hard time reading it because there's just so much data. But you didn't have any of that problem, did you, with your Wii?
Not at all. Roxio seemed to have some issues, but...
Ah, right, Roxio. Can never rely on Roxio.
Also, I
But I
really
mean,
like the way it does that at the beginning of a new
yeah,
session.
I was gonna say that as well. I really like that because I know when you get suit upgrades as well, it also changes, doesn't it? It changes which suit Samus has, which is a really nice touch.
Yep, unfortunately I only recorded that twice. I kept
Oh,
forgetting the other times.
all right. Let's see. Here
Took
we
me like
go.
3 days to get through everything.
Okay. Hmm. Is
So I
there
hear
now?
the version you guys had voice acting for this.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Do you want me to stay quiet during the cutscenes so we can?
Well, there's not really anything to listen to.
Yeah, fair
Mostly
enough.
just ambience.
Hmm.
I think this is a really good intro to Metroid in the 3D.
Same. I have to admit, I think Metroid Prime has the best of the three intros for me. Best out of the trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
or in my opinion, anyway.
Doesn't try to front load a story, it's just here's a ship, kill shit.
Go shoot it up, guys. Pretty much.
This is really strangely designed ship though.
Yeah, I don't know what the architects were thinking. Yeah, who knows? Maybe, maybe they know something we don't. Who knows?
Maybe they just thought its design would be off-putting enough to keep Samus away.
Quite possibly. Who knows? But here we go, the intro. This
Yes,
was
the
this was the
best
moment.
part.
This was the moment of truth for every gamer, for every Metroid fan. The first jump for three into 3D. How would
Mm-hmm.
the model look like?
So how are you first introduced into the Prime series, or the Metroid
Well,
series in general?
it's funny because, well, if anyone's seen my reviews, you'd know that I was actually introduced into Prime 2. So, like I said, by the way, before I mention this next thing, I'm not under the influence of any drugs or alcohol, but I do prefer Metroid Prime 2 to Metroid Prime. There I said it, guys. But I think a lot of it might be to do with nostalgia, because as I said, I was first introduced to Metroid Prime 2. So when I came back and played the first one, it was a pretty good game. I knew that it was really good, but I don't know, for me personally, just Metroid Prime 2.
I feel like I would have loved Prime 2 if it weren't for the dual world stuff.
Yeah, I can understand it. It gets tedious halfway through the game, but I can completely understand everyone's criticism of the game and the
So,
difficulty as well.
during this intro section, you'll probably see me doing stuff unintuitively, like, jumping when I mean to be changing visors or whatever, just because I
I
haven't played
see.
the game in, like, years.
Yeah, no, understandable, completely understandable. But since we're on the tutorial section and you're testing out the controls and everything, how are your personal feelings towards the Wii, like is it the Wii Plus controls or however they marketed it? But how do you find it compared to the GameCube controls?
I think it works perfectly fine, but it feels like the game is built for the GameCube still.
Yeah, yeah, no, completely understandable.
Like, I think that might be why I had issues with the AI. I mentioned this before we recorded, for those of you listening. But the AI in this game is pretty bad. And I'm guessing that the controls were a way to make up for that.
Hmm.
Or, that was a way to make up for the controls, rather.
Yeah. Also, as well, I did love the fact that they included the well, you can jump with the morph just by waggling the wheel. I
Oh
think that
yeah, I
was
didn't even
really
realize that
helpful.
till like halfway through my playthrough.
Wow.
That complicated things a fair bit.
Uh, yeah. No, I mean, was it the jump ball upgrade? I think we'll call it because I believe that was in present. Yeah. In actually, no, sorry. I was thinking of the Wii version of this. I know. I just realized this is the Wii version. I keep thinking this is the Wii U eShop version, but no, they're identical as far as I'm aware, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Should be,
All right.
as far as I'm aware.
But yeah. But no, in the original GameCube version, that was just my hugest gripe, having to lay down that morph ball bomb every time you wanted to, slightly go up a level. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I think they comboed the morph ball jump into the morph bombs, didn't they?
Yeah, no, you can do that as well. That's really good. Really good way of like jumping much quicker and stuff. It's much easier to do a double jump as well. I mean, I didn't find it too difficult, but I can imagine a lot of people starting out would probably have a bit of problem doing the double jump. And it's pretty much mandatory to get some of the energy tanks later on. So
It's difficult to do the double jump.
I, you'd believe me, I've had friends that have told me like, oh, I can't do double jump. I could never pull it off, and I'm like, oh, wow.
Maybe they're just pressing the second B button too soon.
Yeah, no, they don't really, coordination isn't their thing. It wasn't one of their strong points, if I can remember, but this was a
Fair
very long time
enough.
ago. Eh,
One thing that astonished me about this playthrough was just how solid the platforming was. I was like,
yeah.
holy shit, this is actually good 3D platforming. Mostly. I
Mm,
think there's like a few instances where it gave me trouble, but overall, really good.
mm. Yeah, no, same as well. I really did like all the areas that they covered. Like the morph ball puzzles, I think were pretty good. I mean, nothing too ridiculously hard, but I mean, it was a good way of breaking up the pace from just running and gunning.
Hmm.
I guess in general, that's what the Metroid series is known for. But anyway, back to the gameplay, and as you guys have probably seen, scanning, one of the main mechanics, scanning. What are your thoughts on scanning?
Oh, I love it in terms of just learning about the monsters in the world, and it also helps for the learning enemy weaknesses, so I guess that's nice too. Not that I really care about that part anymore.
Yep. Oh, exact same. I have the exact same opinion as well. Like, from what I was reading up, they were saying that they only included the scanning because they thought like people in Japan would like it. They thought that people in America and like the West in general, they thought that people wouldn't like it at all. But I completely disagree. That's probably one of my biggest, one of my favorite features. Sort of like increases the immersion in the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of good flavor text. I
Mm,
actually stop and read a lot of it.
yeah.
I'd stop scanning enemies after a certain point and just focus on lore and stuff, but yeah, I should be stopping to scan a fair bit. Actually,
Yeah.
take the time to read through all the lore on screen whenever I come across it.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I know. Well, actually, I'm trying to remember. In Prime 1, does it allow you to like read all of the text there, or do you have to go to the logbook to read the rest of it? I know that's
You
how it
can
is in Prime 2.
read it on the screen where you scan it.
All right. Yeah, I just remember in Prime 2, there's like the first scanning section, and then after it's like, oh, press start to read more in the menu. It's just like, wow, they put so much effort into this. There's just so much text. It's amazing. But from what I heard, there were only two people in charge of all of the scanning stuff, like all of the text. It's quite amazing.
Indeed. Well, then again, it is mostly just text, so
Mm.
that probably
Yeah,
helped
but
a
I
bit.
mean, just writing a detailed description for like every single enemy and the weak points and stuff, that must have taken some time, a good amount of time.
Right here, I'm looking for the thing to shut off the turret, and I couldn't
Yeah,
find it.
it's funny. I never noticed that in my first playthrough, like back in 2003, or was it 2003? Back when I first played this game, I never noticed that you could scan the turret. I only noticed when I recently played it in the trilogy, which, by the way, I only got the new Wii version like a few weeks ago. So
Just
yeah,
saying. For those of you wanting to ever do a 100% scan run, do not miss this one log, or else it's gone forever.
wow,
It's like, it's really easy to miss this because you might think like, oh, it's the tutorial level, I don't really have to worry about that stuff. But no, no, you basically screwed yourself over if you miss this.
yeah, it is quite brutal with the scans. I know there's one boss in particular, which I won't give too much away now, but there is one boss where you have to scan like a really small thing on the boss, and like if you miss that, then you can't get 100%, which is actually my undoing in the first run of the game, or my first 100% run of Prime, which
I'm not
is
even sure what you're talking about. You'll have to explain to me when we get there.
yeah, I will do. I will do. I mean, it's not as small as you think, but it's just a particular part of the boss that you have to scan, which I at first didn't think you would have to scan it. But again, yeah, here as well, one of my favorite parts in the like details in the scenery, just that those things busting out, it really does give off the feeling that it's like a laboratory. They're doing experiments and crazy stuff is happening in here.
Absolutely. I'm guessing that enemy was actually going to be in the game at some point.
Yeah, no, I'm sure I was reading up on one section about how there was unused like art, enemy art or something that they put in a certain part of the game. I'm not sure if it was this beginning, but it was just it's you can't interact with it, but it's just like in a test tube or something. So yeah, so
That was probably it.
must be.
I like all these half-assed morphology scans. It's like, oh, you wanted the scan now? Well, fuck you.
Pretty much, pretty much, yeah. But I also liked as well, like every single space pirate that you see dying on the ground, it's like they have a different description of how they died. It was like, oh, they suffered severe cranial trauma and stuff like that.
I actually take the time to read those too.
Yeah, no, I did as well. I did that. It was like really, really amazing to me. Like when I played it for the first time back on the GameCube, it was just nothing for me. There was nothing like that before. Nothing I'd seen like that before. But by the way, in case you guys are wondering, if you haven't played the Prime series before, yellow scans pretty much mean it's not mandatory for 100% completion, but it's just extra information. Whereas red scans you need to get to increase the scan percentage.
I think there are a few yellow scans that are actually useful.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Or do you need it
like
for
the
100% as well?
turret defense.
Oh, right, of course. Okay then.
And I think there's, what is it? Damn it, I can't remember right now. I think
Right.
it's just like the regular panels that you scan to unlock stuff.
Ah, okay. I didn't realize that. Yeah, guys, just completely forget what I just said before. I never said that. Nothing ever happened.
There's me mistakenly thinking that would shut off the turret. Much my disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we
No, I
go with
mean,
the space pirate scans.
yeah, really detailed. They really go into details, and it's crazy because it's like every single one has like a completely different explanation. Well, okay, maybe not every single one, but a lot of them have really unique explanations as to how they died.
I think it would be funny
Which
if you could like scan space pirates after you killed them yourself, and then like see how it describes their death.
an idea for Metroid Wii U. I like it. Nintendo, I hope you're taking notes.
Also, the space pirate designs changed a lot throughout the Prime series, didn't they?
I was gonna mention that as well. It's just in Prime 2, because of course I played Prime 2 first, but when I came back and played Prime 1, I was like, what are these guys? And it was only until I scanned them that I realized they were space pirates as well. It's like, are they like a complete different race or something? I don't know. Was it probably just an artistic direction or something? I'm not 100% sure. But
Possibly. Seeing how
either
they
way,
never show up again.
yeah, either way, they look completely different.
Let's face it, the crab arm ones are the real space pirates.
There'll always be the real space pirates in my mind. That is my childhood. Those, look, 'cause listen, guys, crab arm space pirates. That's my childhood right there.
Can't remember if I go in the save room. Okay, I do go in the save room.
Yeah. Really happy that it actually restores your missiles and energy and everything in this one. If
No, it doesn't restore missiles.
oh, sorry, not missiles. I just meant energy rather. Energy. Yeah, energy. That's what I said.
One thing
But
that drives me nuts later in the game is trying to get power bomb ammo.
yeah, no, I mean, there's not even that much power bomb ammo in the game as well, but they are quite well hidden as well.
Now we're
But
about to enter the boss fight as soon as I can stop scanning everything inside.
it's all right. We will do that. In the Metroid fan in me, I just have to scan everything. I have to learn about every single detail in the environment.
Oh, absolutely. Also, I really hate these doors that require the morph ball.
Yeah,
It's like, just
it's just
hurry up and open already.
it's strange because I always thought to myself like how were the space pirates using this? Like what did they have instead? Was it like some orb like of similar size or I don't know. Never
Possibly.
never quite got that. I know
But
that
then
in one
again, they
part
had that boost ball powered room in the Fendana Drifts.
they did, didn't they? Yeah.
Like,
Like
had
how were
4
they
slots, and I'm like, how the hell do they do this?
We'll never know. Space pirates, they're on another level. They know something we don't. It's
Maybe it was
just,
just manual override or something. But then again, Samus has a scan visor that can basically hack into anything,
that's
so...
exactly what I was thinking as well. Like, why would you need to use the morph ball if you can just scan it? But oh well. Let's not question video game logic.
Also, I remember
Anyway,
this thing being a lot more difficult than it actually was. I think I killed it in like under a minute.
wow.
Yeah. You should have seen it on the speed run I did to get to Thordis the second time. I
How'd that
killed
go?
that thing in like 10 seconds.
Wow. I actually feel sorry for the Parasite Queen now. Subjected to so much torture.
I actually get quite a few lucky shots in, like, you know when the shield starts spinning?
Oh yeah,
It didn't
yeah.
deflect most of my shots.
Oh nice. In this run through all the speed run.
This one.
All right.
The other
Nice.
one, it didn't even get the chance to spin the shield.
Wow.
Yeah.
Completely destroyed.
I was a bit thrown off by that. I just kept shooting it, and then the next thing we know, it's dead. I'm like, oh. Damn.
Yeah.
Maybe I should put that in here.
It's funny because I know this is completely unrelated, but I mean this is a pure cheater over here, guys. But I did use Action Replay at one point once I finished the game, and I changed it so you could use the phase-on beam. And oh my, you shoot one phase-on beam shot at Parasite Queen, and it kills it instantly. It's a one-hit KO.
Plasma beam? That's
You know the
impressive.
phase-on beam?
Oh, phase on beam.
Yeah, if you use Action Replay, use the phase-on beam, you can one-hit KO the Parasite Queen. It's quite ridiculous.
I'd believe it. You probably one-shot most anything.
Yeah, it's funny because there are some enemies later on in the game that don't get affected by it at all. Like some of like the simplest enemies, which can be easily destroyed with the power beam. But anyway, moving on to the gameplay, as you can see, here's the classic escape scene in Metroid, or the classic.
I think this one is like a throwback to Super Metroid's intro.
Yeah, it is actually. It was very similar as well.
It's unfortunate there's no escape scene at the end of the game, though.
Yeah, that was what surprised me. But I mean, Metroid Prime 2, they took care of that.
Yeah, but then Prime 3 got rid of it again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Either way.
I wonder what was going on there. They were shooting at the thing like it was trying to kill them, but it didn't really look like it was doing anything.
Yeah, alongside the fact that the space station is melting down, I think they might have wanted to take refuge there, but oh well.
Curious as what blew up. Whatever. It provided an escape route for us. It's good enough for me.
Yeah, it's all convenient, but you know, very convenient. I'm not gonna comment. No complaints here.
As you can tell, I'm having difficulty with aiming certain times.
Yeah, you just getting. How was the motion control for you? Was it like, is it fine? Do you have the sensor bar underneath the TV or above the TV?
Mine's above it, but I'm like literally 3 feet away from my monitor, so
Ah, okay.
it required a little bit more precision.
Yeah, no, funny thing for me is that I absolutely hated Prime 3 just because of the motion controls at first, and it was only like halfway through the game which I like recalibrated it and it was working fine. But I mean, that was one of the reasons why I didn't really. I was quite skeptical going in on the trilogy because, you know, with all the games having remastered controls and that, I was like, oh god, am I going to experience the exact same horrors that I did with Prime 3? But in all honesty, now I've been fully converted. I think for me the controls are just much better. You know, you can do so much more than the previous GameCube controls. It's not as limiting, I don't think.
Absolutely. I do feel like the weapon switching and scan visor switching could be better, but I don't see how they could do a suitable replacement.
Yeah. No, I didn't find it as too much of a problem. I mean, I did prefer it in the GameCube. It was just like a quick flick of the C stick, but I mean, yeah, like you were saying, I don't know how they could really do that emulate that in the Wii version.
Yeah, but because of that, I ended up accidentally switching visors and guns when I didn't want to. Mildly frustrating.
You could always try scanning them to death. Might work.
Perhaps.
Uh,
Or viewing their thermals to death. That works too. I often switch to the thermal visor more than anything.
Yeah, no, the thermal visor is very helpful. I also like the little details. Like, I don't want to get into it too much before we've even got these items, you know, just in case a few of you guys are watching this for the very first time. But with that visor, I really did like the detail, like how you can see Samus shooting the arm cannon and everything. Like, you can actually see her bones in the arm cannon.
Alright, is that not in this version? Or I didn't really pay attention when I was in the X-ray visor.
Oh no, I was saying that is one of the features that I do like for the X-ray visor in this. It is present in this.
One change I wish they didn't take away from the GameCube version is the effects that the different beams have on your arm cannon. Like how if you like charge up the ice beam, it'll like freeze over the tip,
Oh
or
wow,
the
is
light.
that gone? I didn't actually realize that, you know.
Yeah, because of the free motion of the arm cannon now, due to the
Wow.
Wiimote, I think they took it out.
Well, that is wow. That's my childhood destroyed right there. But no, no, seriously, guys. I actually did like that detail as well. That was one of my favorite things. Also, when Samus is idle, does she like click the arm cannon still?
Yeah, she
Oh,
will still do that, I think.
all right, nice.
Or at the
Yeah,
very
no,
least, she'll grab onto it.
all right. Yeah, no, it's just I know I keep going on about this stuff, but for me, it's just those small details that made it so good. Or well, those are the memorable features for me. It's the small things.
Oh boy,
Ah,
here it comes.
here it is.
Might as well just throw a rock at her next time.
Anything, anything can destroy a suit. It's just yeah.
Except for boss monsters and regular monsters and explosions. Well, regular explosions. Don't know what was
Yeah,
so special about that one.
yeah, it's a it's a real mystery.
Yeah. Yeah. I really hate this corridor right here because it usually gets me all turned around because it's
Yeah,
so
no,
narrow.
I think it was even worse in the GameCube version because you couldn't turn as quickly. I don't know. Could you alter the sensitivity? I don't know if you could, like
I
the
don't
speed which you
think
can turn.
so.
Yeah, no, it's just I actually went back to the GameCube one the other day and it just felt so slow. It's just overall, I just think the motion controls are much better as a whole.
They give us way too much time to get out of there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. A really generous self-destruct sequence there. It's
At
almost
least
as
with
if they
Prime
want.
2 it made sense just because you had to do a boss fight
Exactly.
during it.
You know what? Funny thing. My first playthrough of Prime 2, I was like, I remembered that it was so close the escape route. Like, you pretty much get like, was it 10 minutes or something? And
Yeah, I
it's
think
like
that's about
so
right.
close to where you entered. I just, oh, this is so easy. I finished the game, and then I got to that boss fight, and I was like, oh god, and I like pretty much died straight away. But yeah, let's not talk about that. That's all in the past now.
Yeah,
Either
let's
way.
see.
We'll get to that eventually though once we do the Prime 2 Let's Play.